Take a deep breath. It's snippet time. Hello and welcome to Sober Living Snippets, where we live alcohol-free so we can heal our relationships, feel youthful again, and ditch regret and shame, and a whole lot of other good stuff. Hello, gals. I'm Becca, and I have a snippet for you today. If you're new to the snippets, welcome aboard. Your life will actually never be the same. Not after hearing this. That's it. It's all over. There's no turning back. You can't unhear it. Sorry, gals, but you took the leap and you can't undo it. Welcome to Snippet Land. Today, I'm going to tell you some benefits of spending 1 month alcohol-free. Why? Because it's January, and dry January is a thing, and New Year's resolutions are a thing, and I'm hosting a dry January. I'm not calling it that. We're calling it Juicy January. I've got over 120 women with me on the journey. And so it seems like a really good time to talk about the benefits of taking 1 month off of alcohol. Although I want to preface the whole thing by saying, I really think a month, come on, we can do better than that. At our age, why on earth do we want to drink? But, okay, all right, I will do it. I'll do the 1 month thing. Okay, so, of course, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking the whole time, just give me 31 days with them and I'll talk them into a lifetime. I have an ulterior motive. I have a sneaky master plan to get you sober for the rest of your life. But you didn't hear it from me. That's all in the background. Okay, gals, let's get to it. Look, there are several things you can expect by taking 1 month off of alcohol. And yes, 1 month does make a difference. The body is amazing. And in even 1 month, we can start to feel the effects of alcohol leaving our body. We can start to see the difference. So one of the things that's going to happen is in the beginning, you're actually not going to feel great at first. So the first week or so is going to be difficult. You're going to have a hard time sleeping in all likelihood. If you drink in the evenings, you're going to wonder if you're ever going to sleep again. That's because alcohol does help put us to sleep, but it doesn't keep us there. So as we sleep for a few hours, it wears off and we find ourselves awake and anxious, laying there staring at the ceiling. So when you first stop drinking, you are going to struggle to fall asleep. But within about a week, unless you have actual insomnia or some other issues with sleeping, within about a week, you will start sleeping again. And you'll sleep better than you have in ages because you're not passing out with alcohol. You're going to sleep naturally. You're getting some nice, happy REM sleep and you're feeling great. So sleeping better already, even inside of a 1 month. Of course, the liver's already starting to get cleansed. And when we have a cleaner liver, we have more energy. Our mood is lifted. You know, back in the day, before my time, before your time, do you ever hear the expression of being liverish? They used to say that. I'm feeling liverish. This is because if the liver is sluggish, the liver's full of toxins, it affects our mood. It brings us down. We just feel, I mean, the liver is doing so many jobs. It is such an important organ, and when it's full of toxins and chemicals and alcohol, it drags our ass down. We don't feel very good. So very quickly, your liver will start to perk up, and that will make you feel better. And you can help that along with lots of liquids. You can get some of the more well-known cleansing herbs. You could have a dandelion tea, some milk thistle. These are all easy to find, information that's easy to find. But yeah, cutting down on booze for a while will help the liver to perk up. Of course, on the 32nd day, when you start drinking again, it's going to just go right back. So, right, I don't know, you might want to keep going, right? If you've got high blood pressure, your blood pressure should stabilize in that month, which is great. Again, though, right? Temporary if we're only going to do it for a month. But we get to start to feel what that feels like to have our blood pressure and our heart rate lowering so that we feel better. We feel better around that. You'll even start to lose weight in that month. Considering that a glass of wine has a couple of hundred calories, you're going to start seeing a difference in your weight. You're going to find it easier to start losing weight, depending, of course, on how much sugar you're substituting. And that can be a problem, of course. So it's possible to lose a bit of weight in that month, or at least get started. Your skin's going to feel better. Alcohol is very dehydrating, and that's why this is the one that made me decide to call my January challenge Juicy January, because whenever I hear the word dry January, I've actually suffered from dry skin my whole life. Gee, I wonder why. I drank till I was 52, practically every day of my life, and my skin was dry. And of course, you can see that now, the effects of that. But my skin's not dry anymore. Right? Because I don't drink alcohol anymore. I drink a lot of herb tea, a lot of water, maybe more coffee than I should, but your skin will immediately plump up when we get rid of the alcohol. It's amazing. Your skin will also be brighter and clearer. A couple of weeks off of alcohol, so you can expect glowing skin. That's always a nice thing that we want, right? You know that alcohol is connected to cancer, right? So even in a month, you're reducing your risk of cancer, right? But again, I'm just going to go back to, come on, gals, a month. Even in that first month, you're going to start feeling more energetic. You're going to feel more positive. I would actually argue that none of these effects are going to be felt in the first week, 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks, but it is happening inside your body. And I think the reason you're not going to feel it is we're going to want to have a drink, right? It's going to be wine o'clock. You're going to be irritated. You're going to be frustrated because you can't have a drink. So let's not kid ourselves here. We have to be supported, and we have to be taking actions so that we can get through the month without too much frustration and without giving up. But it's nice to know that behind the scenes, there are physical benefits going on. And that, if we allow it, if we have the support we need, like the Juicy January I'm giving the women every single day a little micro task to do. They're also connecting with each other. And just knowing you're not doing it alone will help us overcome the irritation and the desire for drinking and the triggers. But in the background, over time, our mood improves immeasurably, because alcohol is a depressant. Alcohol also makes us anxious. The problem with it is that when we have a drink, we immediately feel less anxious. And so we mistakenly think that it helps us with anxiety, but it's the opposite. And I think we know that by now. We've drank long enough that we know we wake up in the middle of the night very, very anxious. And guess what's causing it? Of course, right? So we know that our anxiety will go down. In general, mental health itself, the way we feel mentally, will be better inside of that month. And of course, we keep on going. And then what happens? Other things, cholesterol, diabetes risk. There's all sorts of things that are associated with alcohol that will begin to right themselves inside of a month. So no matter how much you're struggling to do your dry January or any month that you decide to take off, know that these amazing things are happening in the background. And more than anything, I would urge you to consider forget about a month. Consider taking alcohol out of the equation so that you can have the life that you've always dreamed of. It really does hold us back. If you're one of us, and by us, I mean a person who craves alcohol, both emotionally and physically and mentally, then you're never going to be at ease. You're never going to be able to drink like Aunt Sally down the street, who has a glass of wine once a week and couldn't care less. And so we're better off just getting it out of our lives. Your average drinker can take a month off, feel those nice effects, and then go back to their ordinary life. But that's not us, kids. We struggle with it, and when we drink, it then becomes an obsession, and the next thing you know, we're back on the wheel, and then where are we? So for you gals, I would argue that we need a lot more than a month off, but it is nice to know that even in that short of time, we are getting the benefits. They are happening, and I think more than anything, the most beneficial thing is knowing in our own hearts, I'm doing it. Oh my God, I'm doing it. This is happening. I'm actually doing it. As another day ticks by and another day ticks by, one at a time, they tick by, and we start to feel, wow, I'm actually doing this. And we really do feel great. course, that's a very dangerous moment in time for us because when we start to feel that great, that's when the voice says, oh my God, this is amazing. You could have just one. And then what happens? The whole thing starts all over again. So we really need to be careful and watch that voice in our head. So there it is, gals, some benefits of giving up alcohol even for 1 month, and a strong, strong warning to go longer than a month. I'm rooting for you. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.